Hi, everybody. Welcome to tonight's Sidelines Unite call. I'm Tammy Ray, independent consultant and regional vice president with Arbonne. It's just so fun to be together. I love these calls. And it is Sunday. I can't believe it's August 7th already. Whoa. It warms my heart, though. I had a few messages that people missed our call last Sunday. It was close night, and it just makes me feel good that this is part of your life and part of the rhythm of your business. And the whole, meaning behind the Sidelines Unite is just to, again, establish what Arbonne is. This is our culture, that we don't compete with each other, we complete each other, and we grow. The Arbonne, the word Arbonne actually means beautiful tree. So the way I think of it is we're growing our roots together so that we can grow strong, stable businesses together as well. So welcome to tonight's call. It's going to be great. We have it's going to be great because you're here, and also because we have an amazing speaker, our beloved fearless leader, ENVP Carol Bowdell, who, guess what? This is a little trivia for you. She was the 16th person in all of Arbonne to become an MVP. And the year she became an MVP, she was the only one to promote to that level. And it's just so cool, to be part of her legacy and organization. And because you were the 16th VP, you were the trailblazer to make it happen, even though there wasn't really a website, there wasn't any scripts, or you didn't even have an upline in your area. Because you did that and chose to find a way, that's why we can be here. And so we just give you so much credit. Thank you so much for being with us and shedding the light and your insight and your wisdom on, what's going on today. So we're going to talk a little bit about host rewards. It seems to be a subject that comes up a lot, and it always will. So it's like we might as well just talk about it and get it all out into the light. And this call, the objective is to just shed light on all of the options so that we can make the best informed decision for our businesses, because we're all independent business owners, right? So we need to assess all of the information and make the decision that's right for us and where we want to head. So host rewards, we have the host rewards. You go right on our website, and here it is. Arbonne offers a host reward program. And who here on the call has used host rewards from Arbonne? I have, yeah. So we have it, and then who's used it but you weren't sure, or who's, tried other things. It just seems to be one of those like uncertainties. So we just wanted to kind of clear the air here. I know when I first made my decision to really build big with Arbonne and, committed to our system for success, for me that was 2 presentations a week and handing out sample packs and trying to get one-on-ones together. Whatever I could do really was the system to talk to as many people as possible. When I committed to that in 2013, I went ahead and used the host reward system and found a lot of interesting components to it. Carol and I had many conversations over that summer about the host rewards. And I just wanted to share a couple of my own experiences. So here we are. We're offered, the whole idea of host rewards is to entice someone to get a group together. So we're enticing them by offering free products. Well, what I found is often the host wouldn't even be familiar with Arbonne, so they didn't know the value in the products. So to entice someone with products, it just wasn't, I don't know, sometimes it just didn't align. It wasn't enough to get them to host, but people really like free stuff, so they were into that. Sometimes the host would earn a bunch of free rewards. I had one host earn $700 worth of free products, and she couldn't even decide what to get. She didn't know all the products. She just wanted some free stuff, but not that much. Does that make sense? So I ran into that a couple of times where I'm thinking, man, what I wouldn't do with $700 worth of free products. But but that was one little issue I kept running into is people didn't even know the value. Often too, the host would have no incentive to sign up to become a consultant or preferred client because we're just offering free products. So that, again, like left me scratching my head, because here I am signing all of the people up direct to me, but my intention is always to partner with a host as a potential business builder. So it just seemed like there was a gap there, you know, because we weren't really making it enticing to become part of Arbonne when we were just saying free product, free product. So ideally, you know, our best prospective business builder is our host. So there was that little missing piece. And I remember Donna Johnson talking about, you know, and this was such a light bulb moment for me. She talked about party plan businesses versus team building. And Arbonne's team building, we're not a party plan business. And the host reward system that Arbonne has in place makes us think like a party plan business. So that was just such an illuminating moment for me. I'm like, oh, wow, this makes so much sense. Like, our whole focus when we're talking about free products is just moving products. It's not thinking about building a team. And there is wealth in selling products. There's wealth in moving. I'm sorry, I'm saying that wrong. You can make a little bit of money selling some products. The wealth is in team building. And that's where we get our depth in our organization. And that's really where the wealth comes. So it's, you know, it's kind of thinking small when we're just kind of pushing free products on people. So when a guest, oh, this was another conundrum that I kept running into. So, okay, so I had, the host was Amanda, and she had a bunch of people there, 8 people. We had a bunch of orders. It was wonderful. She got a bunch of free stuff. Well, someone, let's say, I don't know who, Amanda's neighbor decided to host. You know, we booked another presentation from that one. So perfect. So Amanda's neighbor, Sally, decides to host. So I go to Sally's house. We, you know, give that presentation. And guess what? No one ordered. So her expectation was that she was going to get all of these free products like her neighbor Amanda, but no one ordered. So then here I am backed into a corner. It's like you paint yourself into a corner because the host reward system that Arbonne offers is contingent upon at least 3 people placing orders. And that's how the host wins. So again, I was like, oh, you know, because now the host has a bad taste in her mouth about Arbonne, and I'm left like trying to, you know, finagle and pick up the pieces here. So the other little gap that I felt was with the Arbonne host reward system was that in that summer of 2013, I actually went into area qualification. And, you know, that's super exciting. It's you know, it's what you hope to do is to jump in and start building and, you know, building a team. I had several people in qualification for district manager, so that was exciting. By the 3rd month of my area qualification, some people had chose, you know, they had decided to do other things. Arbonne wasn't their priority, and I get that, but we missed finishing area qual by 4,000 QV. And I remember sitting there on close night with Scott, my husband, and he said, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, well, I have to be okay. You know, my team has decided to do some other things. This isn't their priority, but it just left me wondering. It was only 4,000 QV. Like, what? You know, sometimes we're making exchanges by offering all this free product. We exchange our QV. And QV is king when it comes to promotions. And so this, again, was another light bulb moment, because I thought, man, I get to the end of this promotion and every little bit of QV counts. And I was sitting there just thinking, man, I wish I would have like looked at this a little closer. So that's why we're doing this training, is just to kind of shine a light on some of the gaps in the system and how to maybe look at it through a different, you know, pair of eyes. So I called Carol at this point and just, you know, again, asked her, like, what can we do about this? I was a little bit fired up, because I'm like, we're not signing up hosts. You know, we're backed into a corner because everyone's expecting free products, but in order to get free products, people have to order. So, you know, and then I'm missing out on QV. So I called Carol. I'm like, can you tell Arbonne to you know, not have the host reward system, because this isn't really working out. And anyway, Carol shed some light to me, and it really helped me understand a little more. So I just want to pass it over to Carol, and you'll just need to unmute yourself and, you know, just help us understand how to really think about our business.
Oh, I'd love to. Absolutely love to. This is one topic that might be the hardest thing for some of you to understand because it truly involves a mind shift. And I want to say right up front that you are an independent consultant. And if you feel strongly about using Arbonne's host rewards, or your RVP or MVP is telling, well, I miss most of your MVPs, not everybody's, is telling you to use host rewards, you decide, you guys, this is your business. So just know that it's totally up to you if you choose to use host rewards or not. But I want to make sure that you understand what exactly is the difference. Because I want you to help you make the decision to be able to evaluate what is right for you and your business and open your eyes to an alternative option to offer your hosts that is working brilliantly. And I just have to say that when many of us were going to NVP, RVP, or years ago, Arbonne did not have a host program, a host rewards program, so we had to be creative. And all we did was offer them a sea salt scrub, a free sea salt scrub to get 3 to 5 of their friends together. And you know what, you guys? It worked. It worked. So just for you to know that right now. So I'm going to do my best tonight to help you understand why I believe that Arbonne's host rewards program is not in your best interest, and really you shouldn't use this program. I want you to know that most of Cecilia Stoll's VPs and NVPs, which are in the hundreds, do not use host rewards. They use the sheet that we've shared with you before, that we've told you we use, and that we're going to be going over again with you tonight. And I spoke with Cecilia, and she shared with me that 2 of the ENVPs that she has just totally the highest respect for, and that's Linda Parker and Tara Bradsma. Well, she has the highest respect for all of them, but especially for being numbers people, do not use the host rewards. And RVPs in Cecilia's success line, who are using Arbonne's host rewards program and then stopped and embraced being creative and offering other things, saw a huge increase in volume. I want you to get this, a huge increase in volume and promotion in their teams when they stopped using the Arbonne's host rewards program. Basically, she said that teams growing faster don't use it. Okay, so what does that tell you? If you want to grow fast, don't use it, right? Most MVPs that are good with numbers don't use it. So personally, if I was a new consultant and my leader who has a big business says not to use it, and if I wanted what they had, that would be enough for me just hearing that. And we did talk about that, not with host rewards, but with the purchase with purchases, when I was growing my business and how it didn't benefit us. And so I've never used specials. I stay away from them to this day. So everything we do in our business.
Just to clarify, Carol, real quick, you mean specials that don't have QV?
Yes, specials that don't have QV. Alarm should go up, a red flag for you. So let's talk about why. Is that right?
Yeah, and why, and then why does Arbonne put those out then?
I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Hang tight. So everything that we need to do in our business needs to be a win-win. Everything we do. A win for the company, a win for the client, the host, right? And a win for the consultant, business builder. Everybody needs to win. Host rewards is a win for a company, you guys, and we want our company to win, right? Arbonne pays out no overrides and no commissions on the Arbonne host reward program. So it's a big win for Arbonne. It's a win for the client and the host. They get loaded up with lots of products at 80% off. Like Tammy said, half the time they don't even know what to order if they were able to earn that. And not, it happens the other way. It is not a win for you, the business builder consultant. You don't win. So you, the consultant, we consultants get paid and promoted on QV. QV is king. When a host orders products on Host Rewards, there is no QV, you guys. So you're putting product out there and no one's getting paid on it. No one's getting volume to promote to district. No one gets volume to earn their bonus. You don't win. So you guys, you are the owner, you're the president, you're the financial officer, you're the CEO of your own business. And this is just not smart business. Remember that what you do also magnifies and multiplies down in your team. What you do, your team will do. So you're giving away volume to your host, who would most likely have 3 to 5 of their friends over anyway if you offered them a free product of their choice. Okay, they're doing you a favor. They want to have fun, you know, whatever reason. So we have an alternative suggestion that we offer our own host rewards. And we're just copying what the #1 income earner in our upline, Cecilia Stowe, does with her team and all her brilliant NVPs and VPs that have just worked on this and have been using it. And it works incredibly, you guys, and everybody wins. So if you can remember everybody winning, you know, we give a free gift to our host for hosting an event, and it can be whatever you choose, whatever they choose. But most people give a sea salt scrub, and we order it with our 125s for 25s. How simple is that? Then we offer our hosts to get gift-togethers of, you know, to get products of their choice, and the girls will be going over this basically for 50% off or 35% off. That is a huge discount, and it's what you get. And it's good enough for me as a consultant, right? Our host does not have to have a certain number of guests. They don't have to have a certain number in order volume to get the host rewards. And if I do a get together and there's only one guest there, I still give the host a free gift. And they can shop for anything they want at minimum of 35%. And if they want more, up to 50%. We don't care. We're getting volume. So this is a great deal. We're getting volume on the order they place first that earns them the ability to get the 125 for 25. You're going to go over that, Melinda, I believe. So hang on for that. But you guys, this is a great deal. It's a great deal for you as a consultant. As I said, when we shop at 35 to 50% off, and it's just a fabulous deal for them. So if you're a consultant, this is my advice for our business. If you want to build a big business, then you want to think like an entrepreneur. And here's the way an entrepreneur thinks. Every time you sell a product, it needs to count for something, and it needs to show in your numbers. You want to be watching your volume increase. Volume equals bigger paycheck, you promoting, people on your team promoting, bonuses, smart business, and just plain thinking like an entrepreneur. So Tammy,
I love it.
Add a little bit there.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That was such a light bulb to me, because I'm like, well, why doesn't Arbonne get rid of this system? And you just kept saying, because it's a win for Arbonne. They make money on this. So
win for Arbonne. And we do want them to win. So all those people using host rewards, hey, great, but I'm not going to use them.
So thank you so much. I appreciate it. And so, you know, I want us to like just back up and think, like, when we're looking to book a presentation and we're at the event, what is our main priority? What is #1 priority? It's to find a business partner, right? To find a business builder. So again, if we're walking into that presentation and our mindset is free product, free product, free product, it's just not the right mindset. Again, we're in party plan, not team building. So we want to be in team building mindset. And again, entrepreneurial mindset. So going in with your first priority is finding a business partner. You know what? I don't care if there's 0 sales then, right? Because my priority is a one-on-one business chat with someone. So that's what I'm there to do, is to paint the vision. So #1 is business partner. #2 priority is what? Is to book another presentation and keep my business rolling, right? And the third priority is sales. And so just so that we have that firmly in place. So if I'm looking to find a business partner, this would be my most ideal situation. I remember I had this group presentation. There were 13 people. It was big. There was kids, there were dogs, it was just a lot of moving parts. I had to get through that, you know, the information really fast. But we had, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 people signed up. and the host became a consultant, and we put the preferred client orders under her. She ended up, I mean, I think it was like a $2,500 party. She ended up getting a $350 check in the mail. The host did. I mean, think about that. That to me is my ideal situation, because it gets her wheels turning, thinking that was one night and it was actually a lot of fun. And what if I did 4 presentations in a month? I mean, that's $1,400 in her pocket, you know, and maybe say it's just 1,000, say it's 800. Who cares? You know, it just gets the wheels turning, like, there's something to this. I'd rather have them get a paycheck than a bunch of free stuff. Does that make sense? Anyway, it's just another little illumination that helped me just know what my priorities are when I walk in there.
Well,
so,
Tammy,
yeah.
You didn't use host rewards on that, is what she's saying.
Correct. I didn't use it that time. No, and that's my ideal situation. I want the host to become a consultant if she wants to. If she doesn't, then no problem. Then everyone's a PC under me, no biggie. But ideally, we're looking at our hosts as partners. So I just wanted to bring up. I'm going to share screen here and show you the packages that we're talking about from that Cecilia's organization put out. So a lot of you have seen this, I'm sure, and it just, you know, again, gives the host an idea. And this is fun I always pass this out at the close of a presentation too, and just, you know, as we're talking about booking another event, just to share, you know, I have this out there so that people can see this is what you will get for having a few friends over. So the first package is a $750 worth of products for only $375, and then $375 worth of products for only $187. And the way that this is entered into the computer, so this is just basically your discount. Oops, I don't even know where that came from. That's funny. So this is just basically entering the orders into your website. So the $750 would be a $500 QV order, and then using the $250 for $50 option. Does that make sense? And then they're only going to pay $375 out of pocket. And then the other option is the $375 package would be a $250 order, and then using your $125 for $25. And so out of pocket, it's only $187 for them. And then if they didn't want a package, you know, that big, then they could, you know, just get a couple things at your 35% off discount. And so if they're getting the ASVP, that's what an ASVP is. It's basically our discount using the $125 for $25. It's already rolled into it. So if they chose an ASVP, you're not going to get an additional $125 for $25. It's already implied in the package, just to be clear on that too. I don't know why this is looking like this. Do you guys see a scribble?
No, yeah.
You don't? You do?
Yeah.
It's so weird. I don't hear. Let me stop share and then I'll try it again. Oh, there. Maybe it'll. Are you ready to talk on this, Melinda? Too? Because I'm going to hand it over to you. I just would love Melinda's insight, because she's used both systems too, and just, you know, the comparison and what you've found.
So thank you, Tammy and Carol. And Tammy knows, and my team knows, that we've done both. And I can be a little bit hard-headed sometimes. So Tammy and I had a conversation way back when about this, and I always thought it was a great deal to entice somebody to get them to host, to give them a bunch of free products. And as I went along, I realized what Tammy was saying was right. I was leaving money on the table. So let's talk about it. So you guys get, Arbonne gives you, in the host rewards, if you were to use their host rewards, the hostess gets a $50 free product, plus they get $250 for $50, which is a lot of product. You get no QV, none. You don't get paid on that product. So you're out on both fronts. So let's flip over to this package. You could still give them a free product. You just give them the sea salt scrub. I use the sea salt scrub. I teach my team to give sea salt scrubs. It is an amazing product. Sometimes I'll listen during a party to their wish list, and maybe it's something else. Fine. whatever you want. And please, I mean, obviously I'm not giving a free RE9 set, but if they want fizz sticks or they want the hand lotion, whatever it is, we kind of listen to that. But let me paint a picture for you. We know the average party or workshop or whatever you want to call it is $500 QV for you, right? So let's imagine that your hostess decides to do the middle of the road, the $375 for $187.50. That gives you $250 QV. The hostess wins. She's got a 50% discount plus the free product, plus all your love, plus if she wants to do the business, right? All of that. So now your 500 QV party went to 750. So let's just pretend that you did 6 parties. You know, we like to teach 8, but let's, for whatever reason, you did 6. 6 is great. I mean, come on. You do 6 parties. That's $4,200 QV. Plus all the PCs, you're almost to your district bonus, right? Everybody with me? So let's say you have a team and you have 3 other people that do the same thing. They have 6 parties. The average is 500 plus the hostess does the middle of the road. So that's $750 times 6 parties times 3 people plus you. So that's 4 people. That's $18,000.
Woo!
Did I do the math right?
Pretty good.
It seems kind of simple. Let's just say whatever combination that is, it's still a lot in your central district, or then you're teaching, you're duplicating it out. And this business does not have to be complicated. Let's keep it simple. So we ask the hostess to host for us. We're going to give her education. We're going to give her products that are superior, that are pure, safe, and beneficial. We're going to give her a free product. We're going to offer her our discount plus, and she's walking away with a great deal. She's going to love Arbonne, and you continue to follow up with her because she is amazing, right? Plus, you teach your team to do the same thing, and you turn around and you have 3 people doing what you're doing, $18,000. Do you know you're an area, plus you're almost bonusing at your area? And you're teaching your people to do the same thing. So do you know how quickly you'll promote? And you will help them promote? That's the whole idea. I want to be an MVP, and I want my entire downline to be an MVP. That's it. And how can we do that? So I love this philosophy. It's taken me a while to turn my head around. In fact, Amy Bellinger and I have these conversations probably all the time. And it was her actually that turned me. I mean, Tammy was that way too, until I finally did it with one of my girlfriends that has been hosting for me for 3 parties over the last 18 months. She purchased the most when I gave her my discount, plus she got the whole hostess thing. Come on. I don't know, you guys. Does everybody get it?
I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. So thanks for letting me share, Tammy. I get a little passionate around it now because I'm like, duplication, let's duplicate that.
Those numbers you share give me goosebumps. I mean, it's just that simple. This is a multiplication, duplication kind of business, you know, and it's so exciting. So thank you. Your team is rocking, and you are an MVP in my eyes. And I know that you're not only just building your region right now, you're building your nation. So.
And I'm helping my nations build nations. Just saying.
Right. That's right. Thriving nation. So I just wanted to bring up to you, just listening to all of this, it made me think about Tara Brandsma's call that she did for us that Wednesday morning. We were talking to her at the end of the call. It's recorded on the Road to Regions if you want to go back and listen to it. But she was talking about her verbiage for booking. And she's so cute. I just love her too, because she says from her CPA background, she's just an analyst, and she wanted to analyze the psychology behind asking someone to host. And she found that when you are asking someone to host for you and offering free product, it's very easy for them to say no to free product because they're good. I'm good. I'm all set. But when you're asking someone to host for you and saying, you know what, could you help me out? I've set some personal goals this month and I'm really reaching for the next level, and this is really going to help me be home with my kids. And out of all the people I could think of, I thought of you. Could you help me out? People are less, I didn't say products once. I just asked if they could help me out. And people are far less likely to say no to helping you. So just think that again was an illumination in my brain. So let's just, let's entice people with just helping someone out. So I'm going to hand it back over to Carol to, again, just highlight the principle behind all of this, and just once we have our principles and the bigger picture in place, I think it'll just help us all to be able to make better decisions as business owners. So over to you, Carol.
Thank you. And if you remember what I said a minute ago about this truly is a mind shift. If you've been doing the Arbonne Host Rewards program, it is a mind shift change. And you've evaluated and shared so well, Melinda. Thank you so much. That was awesome. And I think that one of the things you pointed out is, yes, an average party with 3 to 5 people is 500 QV. If nobody comes, or you have one person come, that host still gets using the host rewards that Cecilia's team put together and that we use, still wins. So everybody wins. So I get to talk a little bit tonight on abundance versus scarcity mindset. And what this concept is, and I really want you, no matter where you are in your business, no matter what kind of month you had last month, or no matter what kind of day you had today, I want you to really open your mind and your heart right now and say a little prayer asking, what is the message that I'm to hear in tonight's training? Because I know that in the things that I'm going to say, there is a message for every one of you, every one of us. Even for me, every time I write a training or do a training. And I really believe that this is probably one of the most powerful things that you're going to hear and that you can embrace in your journey in Arbonne and even in life. It's a concept that I've been reading about for years, and I'm just sharing what I learned with you. And I'm going to start with a question. Are you building a foundation in your business based on abundance or a foundation based on scarcity? And some of you are going, I'm not sure, I don't know. Well, we're going to explore this for the next several minutes. And we're going to talk about some of the patterns that can set us up for scarcity or abundance in our business. Because whether you build your business in scarcity or abundance, in your business, because whether you build your business in scarcity or abundance, it's going to affect the size of your team. It's going to affect the speed of your growth, the size of your check, and most importantly, the kind of leader that you're going to become in this business. So it's so important to understand this. So let's talk about what scarcity and abundance means first. What do we mean by abundance? And I want you to write this down, and I'm going to say this slowly. Abundance is a quality of life that is full and abounds with love, fun, fulfillment, joy, energy, time, money, health, freedom, and friends, etc., and etc. Now, I'm going to say that again just in case. I really want you to get what abundance is. Abundance is a quality of life that is full and abounds with love, fun, fulfillment, joy, time, energy, money, health, freedom, friends. And I can't imagine anybody that doesn't want to have more love in their life, or more fun, or more friends, or better, health. So that is abundance. Abundance is all encompassing. It abounds with these things. It's a quality of life that is just full of these things. Now, scarcity is the name that we use to describe what prevents us from assessing abundance. Basically, scarcity is just the opposite of abundance, right? So here's the difference. Scarcity is a condition of life that results from a belief or thought that abundance is not plentiful. that it's hard to get and it's inadequate in supply. That you don't have a life that abounds with love and fun and fulfillment, joy, time, energy, health, freedom, and all of that. And unfortunately, most people have grown up thinking that scarcity is their reality. Don't we grow up thinking many times that scarcity is our reality, and we're chasing after these things. And because we're chasing after wanting all those things, we don't have the abundance that is available to us. And what's really ironic is the reason we joined this business, or that the majority of you joined this business, was most likely to get out of that scarcity rat race that you live in every day, because you don't want to keep looking for all those things anymore, right? So you decide to do Arbonne. And you know that you came in because you wanted more freedom, more money, more fun, more time, and yet you're not finding it here either. Have you thought about that? And why do you think that you're not finding it? Here's the answer. Your mind has been trained to think scarcity thoughts, and so we're not accessing the abundance that's available to us right now. You know, that's right in front of our face. We're not seeing abundance. You know, you see abundance is a quality of life it's supposed to be experienced today. We're supposed to experience abundance right now, today, where we are. Not sometime in the future when I become an RVP, or when I've saved enough money, or when I'm an MVP, or I'm an MVP with 6 promote outs, or maybe when I think I deserve it. Because that's often what we think. We think that when I'm there, then I'll have abundance. So I so want you to get this, you guys. You have to understand that abundance has to be experienced today, right now. To build your Arbonne business with abundance, we all need to give up thinking of abundance as something that is coming down the road. We need to learn to be abundant today, no matter what our financial situation is, no matter what our title is in Arbonne. How do we do that, you guys? It's not easy, but we have to first learn and recognize those thought patterns that we're using to build our business, because these thoughts and these patterns could be exactly what's preventing you from being abundant today. So because if you're not abundant in your thinking today, you're not going to be abundant in your thinking in the future. So let me tell you a couple of symptoms of scarcity thinking that could be in your business and in your life. And we've all done this. And you know what? These could be conscious. These could be unconscious. But I think as we talk about them, you're going to learn to recognize the symptoms. So the first symptom of scarcity thinking is called not enough. Not enough. And that the most basic scarcity thought we have is not enough. And these words are at the core of every scarcity thinking, every scarcity symptom that you're going to have in your business and in your life. Because scarcity, by definition, is the state that we're in when we perceive that there is not enough, right? So I'm going to say it like this. It's a state of not enoughness. And I know that word doesn't exist. Please, forgive me, but I'm making it up because it makes sense to me. Not enoughness. So we're going to use that. So whenever you're driven by not enough, quote unquote, not enough thinking, you're acting from scarcity instead of abundance. And do you know what that's going to do? Do you know what the danger is in that? It's going to lead to more scarcity. It just plain leads to more scarcity. So how common is this not enough thinking in your business? Well, I have a little test for you. And okay, I have 12 questions to ask you. So if you have a piece of paper, I want you just to answer a T or an F for true or false. And we'll go through this quickly. But so here you go. True or false, you guys. I don't have enough time. I'm not making enough money. I'm not good enough. I need to work harder, implying that you haven't worked hard enough. I don't have a good enough upline. I don't have a big enough downline. I'm not organized enough. I'm not a good enough leader. I don't know enough people. I'm not successful enough to do this or that, or talk to somebody or so forth. I don't know enough about network marketing. How about number 12? It's not enough giving my host 35 to 50% off. Okay, what'd you guys get? Here's I'll sum it up for you. You know, and you can add to this list totally, but those are 12 for you to think about. Have you written down true to at least 4 of these? Because if so, that's a dangerous place, because you're very much in a scarcity pattern, because anytime that you're operating or being motivated by not enough thought, you're going to experience not enoughness. Or scarce, just plain, you're going to experience scarcity in life. So how do you change those thoughts? You know, we're transformed by the renewing of our minds, right? You have to retrain your thinking, your focus. And the first thing that we need to do is first, number 1, become aware that we need to make a change, that we do have those scarcity thinking. And then number 2, we have to retrain our thinking from scarcity to abundance, right? And Lynn, you were so great, Lynn Hughes, to train on law of attraction. So it's like that. So one of the oldest success principles that you're going to read in books about success is that whatever we focus our minds upon is what's going to show up in our life. If you can comprehend that, you guys, what you focus your mind on will show up in your life. So if you're really focusing on how nothing is enough when it comes to your business and even your life, then as we said, scarcity is what you're going to continue to show up with. And I hear it from you guys all the time. I hear it from consultants and managers all the time, where they are in their business when they're saying it's not enough. So they don't like where they're at. I'm just a DM. Or I'm still an area manager. You guys, you're not enough in yourself. Stop. Get rid of that stinking thinking, right? So I have a little exercise for you, and I want you to take a pen. Your same piece of paper works. And I'm going to give you some letters, and I want you to write down those letters, all in capital letters with no spaces in between. And just write the letters as fast as you can. One word. Here's the letters. IAMNOWHERE. Did you get that? IAMNOWHERE. Now really fast read it. Really, really fast. So what did you see, you guys? Did you see the phrase, I am nowhere? Did you see that phrase? Raise your hand if you saw the phrase, I am nowhere. All the rest of you didn't? Oh my gosh, you guys are brilliant. Or did you see, I am now here? Good job. Okay, how did you feel when you read, I am nowhere? If you read that. You know, because that doesn't make me feel good. Does that make you feel good? You know, that paralyzes me. It's just very disempowering to say that phrase. Why? Because it's focused on scarcity. Can you imagine going around and saying to yourself 10 times a day and every day, I am nowhere, I am nowhere, I am nowhere. Can you imagine what that would do to you? Oh my gosh, don't even try to. And yet we think that. You think that. So we got to catch ourselves. You know, we might not say it out loud, but we think that. We think it so much. And that's why what some of you are thinking about where you are in your business. Some of you think you are nowhere in your business. Stop it. Even though your volume is over halfway to region or halfway to area, you guys. I know you think that because you tell me, as I said. So did you notice the difference in energy and even in empowerment when you feel what you focus on? I am now here versus I am nowhere. Because when I say I'm now here, that's empowering. It means we're experiencing abundance. We're experiencing, I can't even talk today. We are experiencing abundance now, right? We want to experience it now, in the moment, today. And that's going to cause us to want to take action that supports us in our business, in our life. So if we want to begin to think abundantly. But you know, that word didn't even change. Look at those letters. So it didn't change. What changed was your perception of it. So one of the biggest principles regarding abundance, like Lynn said recently in one of the last calls, is the law of attraction. And this is what the law of attraction says. What you focus on will show up in your life. Not only will it show up in your life, but it will expand in your life. You know what? This should be very scary. I want you to think about it. Like what I focus on is going to show up in my life and expand. So be careful what you're thinking about, right? If you focus on scarcity, you're going to just get more scarcity. But it's only when you focus on abundance that abundance will show up and expand in your life. So when you choose your thought patterns, you're going to either be rewarded or you're going to experience more of what you don't want. So I want you just to be aware and choose not to give your power over to your circumstances of your thinking right now, of your not enoughness thinking right now, or you're going to just continue to have not enough. So I want to just say, you know, some of us complain about our checks, how much money we're making after 5 years in the business, and why not this, 10 years in the business. Are you complaining about the growth in your business? Stop. Are you complaining about what you don't have? Stop. Are you complaining about the people on your team not doing enough? Stop. I hear that from you a lot of times, and that's really only why I'm mentioning it. Just you got to stop enoughing your team and start enoughing them and watch what happens. I want you to watch what happens. So you need to enough your team. You need to enough your upline. Are you not enoughing your upline, you guys? That's so common in our business. It's a common scarcity pattern. If you're not enoughing someone, it is scarcity. It's a train of thought that thinks like this. You know what? She makes money off of me. She owes me. It's their job to come to me. It's their job to do things for me. It's their job to help me be successful. Because they're not doing enough, I am not where I want to be. What is that thinking? Scarcity, right? So you know, you've heard me train before on this, that there are 3 modes that you're in at any given time in your business. And those modes are blaming, justifying, or growing. If you are ever blaming or justifying, you're not growing, right? So I want you to listen to that line of thinking, and you're basically stripping all the power away from yourself, and you're in serious scarcity mode when you're blaming and justifying. You have to enough your team. You have to enough your upline. You have to enough yourself, you guys. In order for you to be able to enough your team and your upline, you have to be able to enough yourself. It's just how it is. You have to focus on what you already have, the abundance that you already have in your life, and the abundance that is in you right now today, because you are enough. And that's hard for some of you, and the best way to start doing that, we're not going to talk much about it tonight, but that is to do an abundance journal. You know, get a notebook or a journal that you write 10 things every morning in that you're grateful for when you wake up, or sometime during the day when you have a chance. And your sentence will just basically begin with, today I'm grateful for. That's how you can get from scarcity thinking to abundance thinking. So your gratitude entries are going to help you to see abundance that you already have in your life, that you already have in your business today, instead of what you don't have, because you have so much. And this forces us to see abundance instead of scarcity. And when we begin to be truly grateful for what we have in your life today, and who you are today, who you are right now, you're going to attract more abundance to you. And you're going to have more of all the things you want. More love, more fun, more time, more fulfillment, more energy, more money, you guys. Bigger checks, bigger team, more peace, more joy, more freedom. Just plain more. And I guess that's what I really want you to think about when it comes to host rewards. It is from Arbonne Host Rewards to our host rewards. Is that abundant thinking or lack thinking when you offer those host rewards? Remember, we want everyone to win. So I guess I want to ask you that question, but really I want to turn it over now to who's next? Tammy?
Thank you, Carol. Oh my goodness, I have so many notes. I love it. Gratitude helps us all focus on the abundance we already have in our life, causing all of those things that we do want to expand and grow. I just love it. And thank you, Carol, because you again have instilled in me that principles never change. And so the principle behind this of, abundant mindset versus scarcity, and also the principle of we want, as business owners, we want it to be a win for the customer, a win for Arbonne, and a win for us as a business owner. So those principles will never change, no matter what programs are rolled out in the future. If we can just keep those in our toolbox to decipher what's going to be best for us, it's just going to help us expand and grow in our business. So right now, before we close up, I would just want to open it up for questions or comments, or if anyone, if we needed to clarify on anything anymore. As far as the differences with the host rewards programs, is everyone clear? Do you feel good about it?
Questions. you have questions.
Was this helpful?
Carol, it's Lori Piney. Quick question: can you give me those letters again? Because I have the letters wrong. Because I don't.
Oh yes,
Okay.
IAMNOWHERE.
Okay, I had too many O's in there. That totally makes. That was neat. I like that. Thanks.
Welcome. What did you guys see? Did you see or did you know that already? Tell me the truth. Did you know that already?
Me?
Anybody? No, not you. Just anybody. Have you heard that before? Those letters.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Because I'll tell you, I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm an abundant thinker. I saw immediately, I am nowhere.
Yeah.
And they pointed it out to me. So just like us pointing out host rewards to you guys and looking at it from a business perspective as an entrepreneur versus Arbonne's host reward program, just really take it and evaluate it, work that way. Because again, it's your choice. This is your business.
Awesome. What is everyone else offering? Because I still offer the sea salt scrubs too as the first free product. I say first because I've had hosts do multiple, events for me. So then, yeah, after that, I'll get creative and just pick off their wish list to gift them. But is everyone using sea salt scrubs, or what do you use as your free gift for a host?
When I do the envelope game, I have a couple different ones in there. So I'll have some say sea salt, some say hand cream, some will say primer. So I don't always do the sea salt unless the sea salt was a hostess that didn't play the game. But I like it for fun because then it's fun to see different stuff.
You're right. That's awesome.
Do you know what's amazing about that, Rita? And for all of you to know, anything works.
Mm-hmm.
It all works.
I even said I can get you the sea salt. No. I want the primer. I tried that. I like the primer. Okay, good. Now you want two things,
If I know somebody loves our fizz sticks, I'll say, oh my gosh, get 3 of your 5 friends together and I'll give it to you for free. Oh my gosh. How cool is that? They want to do that for you. Oh my gosh, we'll have so much fun. You get to try the Genius, or you get to learn about health or whatever. Like you said, Melinda, we offer so much. We offer a great time. We offer lots of great information. We offer a business opportunity that can change your life. Just the gift of you being there and offering these things to people and planting those seeds. Changing the opportunity to change somebody's life is our best gift. Truly.
Absolutely. I love it. So true. Carol, I love too how you just utilize that power of suggestion. You say things like, you're going to love this. You're going to want this. Your friends are going to love this. They're going to want that. Like you just tee them up. Like, we're going to have so much fun. You're going to want this. You're going to want to see this new Genius Ultra.
Yeah.
So I love it. I love it. Anyone else have anything they want to add before we close out?
Hi, it's Cindy Poza.
Yeah, hi, Cindy.
Hi. Just thank you so much for the training tonight. It was awesome, and thank you for the reminder, Carol, about the gratitude journal. That's something that I could definitely, start doing again, and I haven't really been good at. So I think that is something that I'm going to utilize. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Even just your thought patterns. When you get up in the morning, just think of all the things and all the people you're grateful for. And recognize your own personal greatness too, and celebrate the things that you do well or you want to do well.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Thanks, Tammy, for recognizing the need for this, because there is such a need. There is so much confusion about, do I offer host rewards or not? And if we can make it, just you to be able to take a look at both ways, thank you, Tammy.
Aw, thank you for being on. And yes, that is the gift to truly be able to change people's lives is the best part of this business. And it's, definitely that's been my biggest transformation. I remember back in 2006 when I first, became a district manager and started going to meetings and everything. And my first book, well, 2 books were How to Win Friends and Influence People. And the second book was The Slight Edge. And it was, again, such an eye-opener because I was a professional victim. I lived in Victimville. I grew up without a mom. I grew up with, without. And, those were always my fallback kind of excuses for my life. And reading those books, and this is what it's about, you guys, personal growth. This is what it's about. It's changing those thought patterns. It was so freeing to know that I had the power to change my life. I had the power to change the way I think, and therefore my life would be able to look different. And I never knew that as a victim. I didn't know that I could have that power. And so everything we need really to build this business and to offer this gift is within us. We just need to, again, change our thought patterns. And so I just want to put it out there. It's more than just getting through a book and reading it cover to cover and say, okay, I did it. It's more to internalize those things, to change our thought patterns, to write our affirmations, to write our gratitude, to change our thoughts when we're in traffic, we're in line at the grocery store, when we're, doing things that might be menial. It's changing our thoughts and our energy to gratitude. And that will show up in your life, to change the way you feel when you get a bill in the mail. That was big for me, to be able to change my energy around bills, because I would just feel so defeated. And now I think, oh my goodness, I always have that picture of being a pay it forward person, and that's where I'm headed. So I am in the process of becoming an ENVP. I'm in the process of becoming someone that's going to pay it forward for the rest of my life and offer this gift that is mind-blowing and life-changing, and like you can't even keep me quiet about it now. So we're just going to close with something, a verse I know we all love and cherish and hold dear to our hearts. It's Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. And you guys, we are not here to live small lives. We are here to live in abundance and to pay it forward and give this gift. Love you and appreciate you. Thank you so much for being on the call tonight.
Thank you, everyone. Love you.
Thank you. That's my verse, Tammy.
Woo, I knew it.
That is my favorite verse.
Okay, see you guys tomorrow night, those of you that are in Michigan.
Love you.
Thank you.